Well, maybe the wine will chill them all out a little bit. It has been quite a few days since any of them has had a drink.
Certainly has. Well, you'd hope that it would chill them out, but past experience should teach us that in this camp it can go from sweetness and light 1 minute to all-out war in a flash. And true to form, Frank Spencer's at it again.
I've been quite honest with you. Right at this moment in time, I could off and go and get my passport and go home because I just ain't very happy here now.
Darren, what's happened? It's not that bad.
Well, because it is. Well, I feel it is. I don't like the atmosphere right now. I'll be honest with you. I've had a go about you down there.
Yeah.
Because a few things you've said to me have
I
really
know you
pissed
have.
me off.
I know you've had a go at me down there.
Yeah, I have, and I'll tell you straight because a few things you've said have pissed me off.
So why are you shouting and angry if you're the one who's just had a go at me down there? Why are you shouting and angry?
Because you're trivialising everything and making it sound like I've read everything wrong, and sometimes your sarky comments have pissed me off.
But we're talking about. I mean, I'm sorry I couldn't take that seriously.
But
it was
even
about
when I'm talking
Frank
to you
Spencer.
about it, you're ridiculing me a little bit.
Well, I do find the Frank Spencer thing slightly funny.
Okay, fine.
I would admit it.
And didn't I justifiably say that probably if this was normal circumstances at home, I wouldn't bite on any silly bait. I'd be like, oh, yeah, but I'm very tired, I'm very hungry. We all are, I know, it ain't just me, but sometimes perhaps someone might say something and I'll go, what?
Well, I
when
clearly, can't do a thing right with you or... Well, I don't want to say Tara and either because I like to think I've sorted out my...
But what you've said now...
I don't have these... That's what I'm trying to keep a lid on.
Yeah, I know.
Is say I don't have these conversations with Nell,
Christine,
with
Uri
with
or
Yuri
Tony.
or with Tony.
Well, I don't think everyone's being straight here. That's
Well,
what I
that's
think,
what
and do you
he's
know what?
saying, and
that's what I can't understand, because there's underlying things, and some people ain't coming out and saying the way it is. And because certain people are, they're ending up looking like they're bastards.
Well, maybe people
Am I right, or what?
No. Let's have a day about getting at Rona. Let's come on.
No, it's not about that, right? You're trivialising it.
Well, maybe this is my way of coping, Darren, and do you know what? I am really entitled to that. And do not push me, because you're standing there shouting. Maybe what are what is your problem?
Well, I didn't have a problem. I've told you exactly my feelings.
Yeah,
I
have not raised my voice at you, but I will in a fucking minute, and you will know about it.
OK, well,
right?
if you want to do it, then do that. But I don't see any point in doing that. That's why I've gone down. That's why I didn't want this. I don't want to lose my rag with anyone.
You're being over-dramatic about this. This began, I'm sorry, I will... If I get... Let's say the voting started now and I get voted off because of this, I will still turn around and say, yes, I thought it was ridiculous that Darren was offended by me saying some of his physicalities was like Frank fucking Spencer.
Have you heard the expression, the straw that broke the camel's back? There'd been quite a few before that. If it was just that isolated, don't fucking trivialise it.
It is, it's funny. I won't ever say that is not funny. It's a ridiculous scenario. You have to have
so you pick what... You can't take things out of context and just suddenly... You can't use the Frank Spencer thing on its own.
I'm not taking it on board, Darren. Sorry.
Fine.
I'll apologise for this, that and the next thing.
Well, then I'll stand here as the only one that's had the bollocks to say it then.
I have made it quite clear that I like you. I've made it quite clear that I didn't know whether I would or I wouldn't. We've come from, we've got so much that isn't naturally compatible, and yet I like you and I enjoy your company. And
you've got to say what you said.
I am saying it.
Okay, sorry.
And I enjoy your company, and you're very entertaining, but you are an explosive personality.
Don't you think it's more acceptable socially for a man to be volatile than a woman? Because in my experience of this career in life as an adult, I have found that to be the case.
Rona,
I have found that.
Yes, definitely. Why did I get called a battle axe?
Well, I would never have
No, but I'll tell you why. I'm backing you up. Just listen. Because what I did that caused the press to call me the wife from hell, shut up, Nigel, the bossy liability, etc., etc., was because I stood up for what I believed in, which was my husband and the truth. Now, if a man had behaved as I did, in 1997, nothing would have happened with it. Because I... Shut up, Nigel. Because I was a woman, I got all... So I'm sympathising with you. I know what you mean.
Shut up one more time, I'm going to chin you.
I know what you mean. I'm with you on that. I understand, because in a minor way, I've had it.
The thing is, Rona, I find you quite patronising, and even in this situation, you've tried to patronise me. And
well,
you've tried to patronise me quite
sometimes you behave like a dickhead.
Oh, OK. Well, then, I'll tell you what, then let's just rest it at that. You think I'm a dickhead,
no,
I find you very patronising.
Yes, sometimes I'm patronising, sometimes I'm sarcastic, sometimes he's hot-headed, sometimes Nell says nothing, Sometimes Yuri dramatises little things like a fart, like he's an alien just landed, he's never seen it before. Sometimes Tony misses things because he's slightly slower. Sometimes Tara is like a child who's never been able to make a cup of tea. Sometimes we're all like that. Okay? That's life, that's personalities. All right, Darren? Sometimes I would like a break from your impersonations and I would like to see you. That's not my idea of humour. Okay?
Well, yours isn't mine, then.
Sometimes, Darren, not all the time. Okay? All these stereotypes are us pushed slightly into our corners. All right? But don't push me too far, Darren. Because I am very fucking
Well, I'll
articulate.
be honest with you. I'd say the same to you, then. I mean, this is a stupid thing. What are you going to go and fight with me about? What were you saying? Don't push me too far.
Well, to be honest, sometimes I wish, you know, things could be sorted like in an old-fashioned boxing ring, you know? I do.
So do I, mate.
Because I could take him.
I didn't know I was slower.
You know?
How do you mean I'm slower?
Sometimes you're a wee bit behind because you're funny, you're dreamy, you're a dreamy character,
yeah,
you're dreamy.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Please,
So,
I find it
all
unusual.
right, but sometimes, Tony, sometimes you're not, you're
I find
there.
it unusual there's a rabbit wandering
You know?
by the whole time.
So this is how we all are. For God's sake, you know, you didn't get where you are. I didn't get where I was being bland. You know, I'm not the nice girl next door. I'm not. I am not. Look, I am not some ridiculous
you up.
ponce that's going to sit round and analyse Frank fucking Spencer, for God's sake.
Did you see that? Nell was just about to speak.
Seriously, we've cut off at the wrong time.
Damn!
I didn't realise Frank Spencer had a middle name.